Starting in the name of Allah, the originator, the incomparable. Dear students, Unit 3.2 Lingquan Gauge is still in progress. In the previous lecture, I said the narrator is the chief of materials department. He follows the path of future railway for 40 kilometers. Fog, long winding path, and snowfall discourage him, so he decides to stay at a place under a cliff. Dear students, there are lots of words which may be explained, and keeping your interest in mind, I often restrict myself to a few words. Today I have picked three words for you. One, glanced. Two, chubby. Three, searchlight. Dear students, before starting the new lecture, look at the word meanings on the screen. Let's start. Strange. Seated on a small stool in the doorway was a little boy, 7 or 8 years old, elbows on his knees, supporting his face in his hands. His cheeks were red with cold. He had been peering at the opposite cliff side through a rent in a curtain. He glanced at me briefly as I came in, then went back to his observation. The paragraph means there is a small boy of 7 or 8 sitting on a stool in the doorway. He has been looking at the opposite cliff. Look at the word glance. Glance means a brief or cursory look. What's the difference between glance and gaze? Glance means a brief or cursory look. Gaze means a fixed look, a look of eagerness or admiration, a continued look of attention. Now look at the second paragraph of the lecture. The cave was large but quite warm. It had a stove and eating utensils. On the wall above a bed was a colored new year picture of chubby children pulling the turnip. All the walls had been papered with old newspapers, now blackened by smoke from the stove. The narrator enters the cave with which is large and quite warm. He draws a complete picture of the cave through his words, saying, there is a colored new air picture of chubby children uprooting the turnip. All the walls have been papered, have been decorated with old newspapers. Look at the screen, please. Stout means short and fat. Chubby means it's used for children. Younger children, fat and healthy. Obese means overweight. Look at the third paragraph. Why isn't anybody home? I asked, shaking the snow from my coat and hat. The little boy turned his head. His eyes flashed. Aren't I anybody, uncle? He rose and walked towards me, his hands behind his back, his chest extended, as if to say, not only am I somebody, I am a very grown up somebody. The boy is precocious, answers that he is not only somebody, but he is grown up also. I cupped his round little face in my hands, cupped me in hold. You are pretty sharp, young M mean a small devil. He pushed my hands aside, doubling up his fists. Double your fist is a phrase. It means bend fingers before fighting with someone. M means a mischievous child, boy. Cocked means turned his head to one side of the demanded. And demanded, who are you calling M? M means a mischievous boy. I have a name pointing at the baby girl asleep on the bed. He informed me her name is Pao Cheng, mine is Chingyu. The small boy gets angry when the narrator calls him Little M. He says that his name is Chingyu and his sister name is Pao Cheng. No doubt about it, these kids were like thousands of others I had met, born and raised on construction sites. The workers liked to name their children after the projects where they were born. Chengdu probably had first seen the light of day on the railway project between Chengdu and Changqing, also known as Yu. His baby sister Pao Cheng very likely had been born right here at the site of the future Pauki Chengdu railway. I said I sat by the stove, smoking and rubbing the drying mud from my hands. Chingu crawled onto my lap and looked into my eyes. Is it going to snow tomorrow, uncle? I pressed his icy red little nose. As soon as we get our telephone line connected up with heaven, I will ask for you. Angrily, he leapt down and stood a meter away, scowling me. Make a frown. FROWN. Quit your kidding. Stop your joking. You have got a newspaper in your pocket. Why don't you look at the weather report? He resumed his seat in the doorway, clamped his elbows on his knees. Clammed means hold firmly. Rested his face in his hands and peered out through the rent in the curtain. When I asked him where the kettle was, kettle kettle means a pot. There's an idiom, the pot calling the kettle black means an expression that is said when one accuses another person of that which they are equally guilty of. I certainly was sorry I had offended my small host. Offended means annoyed. Why do you want to know about the snow, Chingu? I asked him, is it because you can't go out and play when it's snowing? He didn't even bother to look at me. Bother means care. Papa says if it's still snowing tomorrow, we'll quit. We'll have to quit work. Quit means stop. What does your pa do? He opens up mountains. The child replied proudly. Where? Chingu pointed with pursed lips at the work site opposite. Pursed lips means an expression of disapproval. It means to bring your lips tightly together so that they form a rounded shape. I looked. All I could see was a searchlight beam. Searchlight versus in the spotlight. Searchlight means sharp light. Spotlight means receiving a lot of attention. For example, Usaid stood on stage in the spotlight, or manager is now under the spotlight in his broad investigation. Shining through the drifting means moving. Snowflakes straight up into the heavens. In its light, I could vaguely mean unclearly, discern means see. A few dozen men who seemed pasted, glued to the side of the towering cliff. Towering cliff means a tall cliff. Drilling holes for dynamite charges. Drilling holes means making holes. Dynamite means an explosive. The holes were like the steps of a ladder to the sky. How can you tell which one is your father at this distance? I asked. I can't see him plainly, but Pa says he can see me. He says, all he has to do is turn around. Turn around means look back. I often sit here so you can see me. Oh, so that was it. The icy snow. Dear students, the narrator comes to know that the boy's father opens up mountains for dynamite charges, and his mother works as a traffic warden directing the traffic below the cave, and the boy is busy looking after the baby. To recap, the narrator takes shelter where he meets a boy called Jingyu, who informs the narrator about his family's routine tasks. This is all for today. Thank you for joining and goodbye.